Hello lovely viewers, Amanda Lee here, back with part 2 of my two-part series in which I answer my viewers' questions about eye makeup and rouge. In part 1 I talked about eye makeup, so that means I'll be talking about rouge in part 2. Once again, I have a pretty minimalist streamlined kit when it comes to my favorite blush. I'm a huge fan of Besame Cosmetics. They've done a wonderful job of recreating period makeup colors. I thought it would be fun to start. In part 1, I showed some examples of eye makeup in a magazine, and I actually have a couple of 1940s rouge tints that I thought would be fun to show you the colors they were actually using. This is a House of Westmore blush in the shade. It's called Garnet. I'm going to open this carefully. As you can see, it is a very, very intense crimson red color. Very bright, shockingly so. And then I also have a tin of Heather Rouge in the color Amber, which the previous owner used up almost all of it, but it's a very warm, corally red shade. Would be lovely on a redhead, I think. So I thought it'd be fun to start with those. And now I'm going to show you my favorite rouge. Besame has two products. They have a wonderful cream rouge. I have both colors. I actually have had them for ages, so they just released a new smaller rouge tin, and I have the original tins. This is the crimson shade, which, once I open there, as you can see, is quite comparable to that House of Westmore Garnet color. These last forever. I've had this, I don't want to even say it, probably a couple years, and I've hardly made a dent. So that is their crimson color, and I actually really like their apricot color. I didn't think that I would. It's, as you can see, it's a very warm apricot-y orangey shade. I didn't think it would be flattering on me, but I wanted to have it just because I like to collect their makeup, and it's actually quite nice. These are both cream rouges. I prefer to apply them with a brush. I just find it easier, but you can certainly use a sponge or even your fingers. Generally, I usually use, for the cream rouges, I have this MAC 113 brush. It works great for these. I just find it easier to buff these in. They're both very pigmented, and for me, since I am so fair, I have to apply sparingly and blend really well. So I typically like to apply my foundation and then the rouge and then top with a powder to sort of soften the edges and buff it further into my skin. Both of those are excellent, and I highly recommend them. I don't think you'll be disappointed with these. They also recently came out with a powder rouge as well, a delicate powder. This here, I have the color 1915 Rose, which I thought was a lovely raspberry tone, sort of a blue-based pink. Obviously, I've been using this for a while. When you first get them, they have a lovely design stamped on them, and then obviously it's a soft rouge, so as you use it, the design sadly goes away. But those are my two favorite colors. They have a really nice rouge brush that they came out with, which is this beautiful gold accented with red, and it's just a lovely soft brush. It works excellent for their powder rouge. Once again, these are very pigmented. I'm very pale. I mean, I just tap it in, blush, rub it in quite well, then layer over powder. I will say that they also have this lovely short contour brush, and this actually works really well for the cream rouges. I just use the edge and then, tap it in the brush, in the cream blush, and then buff it onto the face. And I thought it'd be fun to show. Besame did a really nice job of copying a classic vintage. This is a Max Factor Hollywood powder brush from the 30s or 40s, and as you can see, they copied it almost exactly. And for fun, I thought I would also show. They have a long hair brush as well, more for dusting off powder. If you've ever watched any videos in which they show makeup being applied, the method was you generally applied your base, you applied a very thick layer of powder, basically it looked like you dusted your face with flour, and then you would use these long brushes to knock off the excess powder and leave a velvety finish. So Besame did a fabulous job. I was thrilled when they came out with both of these. I highly recommend both of them. They're well worth the price. So this is a little bit of a shorter video as my kit is so streamlined, but Besame Cosmetics is definitely where it's at when it comes to period perfect rouge. So once again, I hope you enjoyed this. If you like our videos, please be sure to give us a thumbs up online and subscribe, and also check out our Patreon account. Also, be sure and stay tuned for a special 2-part pinup series in which we'll be demonstrating pinup hair and makeup and Hollywood black and white lighting. So keep an eye out for these. So thanks for watching. See you next time.